The rusting reason your own blood carries the same metal now bleeding out of the Arctic. And in 2023, it turned more than 70 pristine Alaskan rivers the color of blood in a single thawing season, and no one predicted it would happen this fast. Right now, iron is doing two things at once. Inside you, it's binding to oxygen in your red blood cells, keeping you alive, invisible, quiet. Underneath the Arctic, it's doing something else. It's escaping. Rock that's been frozen solid for thousands of years is thawing open, and the iron trapped inside it is spilling into rivers that used to run clear as glass. Scientists call them the rusting rivers. Locals call them something worse, because these waters aren't just changing color. They're turning acidic, toxic, and lethal to everything that drinks from them, and the same permafrost holding this iron hostage is melting under half the northern hemisphere. Here's the part that should unsettle you. In 2018, researchers flying over Alaska's Brooks Range noticed streaks of burnt orange bleeding through the tundra where there used to be nothing but blue-green water. At first, they assumed it was mining runoff. There was no mine. They tested the water. The pH had crashed, some samples measuring more acidic than black coffee. Iron levels were off the charts, in some rivers, over 100 times higher than normal. Sulfate levels spiked too, the telltale sign of pyrite, a mineral that reacts violently once oxygen reaches it. For millennia, permafrost sealed that pyrite away from air and water, frozen in total darkness. Now the ground is thawing so fast it's cracking that seal open across a landscape the size of California. Every summer, more of it bleeds. But here's the pattern interrupt nobody saw coming. This isn't isolated to Alaska. Once scientists started actually looking, they found the same rust-colored staining spreading into Canada's Yukon and parts of the Brooks Range no one had surveyed in decades. Some rivers changed color within a single season, not years, weeks. One field team returned to a stream they'd sampled the previous summer and could not recognize it. Clear water had become the color of diluted blood, opaque, metallic-smelling, coating rocks in a hardened orange crust. Fish were gone. Insects were gone. And when they checked the timeline, the permafrost beneath that stream had thawed to a depth it wasn't supposed to reach for another 60 years. So what's actually happening underneath the ice? Permafrost isn't just frozen dirt. It's a vault. Locked inside it are minerals, ancient carbon, and metal-bearing rock that has sat untouched since before the last ice age fully retreated. Pyrite iron sulfide is common in Arctic bedrock, but as long as it stays frozen and sealed from oxygen and water, it stays inert, harmless. The moment permafrost thaws, that vault door swings open, water seeps in, oxygen follows. And pyrite oxidizes in a chemical reaction that produces sulfuric acid and dissolved iron, the exact process that causes acid mine drainage, except here, no human dug anything. The Arctic is mining itself from the inside out, and the ground is doing the excavating for free. Remember that iron in your blood, the one keeping you alive without you ever thinking about it. Multiply that molecule by billions of tons, buried in rock that's now unlocking across the top of the planet, and you start to see the scale of what's leaking. Researchers using satellite imagery have already identified over 150 affected waterways across Alaska alone, and that number keeps climbing every year they look again. Some scientists estimate the total permafrost carbon and mineral vault contains more locked material than every human mining operation combined has extracted in history. This isn't a local river turning orange. It's the exposed edge of something enormous, still mostly frozen, still mostly hidden for now. And the acid isn't just cosmetic. It's stripping essential nutrients from the water, killing salmon runs that indigenous communities have depended on for generations. And it's moving faster than the models predicted even 3 years ago. Which raises the question researchers still won't answer directly. If permafrost this old is thawing deep enough to unlock rock that's been sealed since before recorded history, what else is buried down there that was never supposed to move again? Ancient pathogens frozen in that same ground have already resurfaced elsewhere in the Arctic. Now the metal vaults are opening too. And if a single thawing season can turn 70 rivers to rust, the real question isn't how many more will follow. It's what happens the day this reaches water that reaches you.